Euro 96. The summer football came home, as England hosted its first major tournament since the 1966 World Cup. Throw Uri Geller, a dentist chair, Gazza and some penalty shootouts into a mix and you get yourself an unforgettable tournament. All soundtracked by one of the great football songs.
It's coming, football's coming home. It's coming home, it's coming home, it's coming.
But it was quite important to me that we didn't do a rousing, normal football song. We kind of wanted to do something that wasn't nationalistic too much. It's a song about losing, really, isn't it? You know, about how you feel when you lose football games.
For the English players, the party had started well before the tournament, as a warm-up game in Hong Kong got just a little out of hand.
Those who were there in the China Jump Club will tell me that a number of senior England players were somewhat the worse for wear when they came into the club, or another club where the media were. At the end of the tour, and it was basically they've been told to go and let themselves off the leash for one last hurrah. I don't think anyone really expected things to go as awry as they did.
On the pitch, England had a squad brimming with talent, but the hosts still needed some divine intervention from Uri Geller to beat Scotland.
Now you cannot debunk the fact that I moved the football away from Gary McAllister's foot, and I screamed out, 1, 2, 3, move. The ball rolled away, he missed the penalty, Seaman caught the ball, and England won.
How much influence Geller actually had, you can decide for yourself, but that moment kick-started England's tournament.
I think that minute between McAllister missing the penalty when the ball rolled off the spot and Gascoigne chipping the ball over Hendry to pop it in on the volley was the turning point in many ways, because they were pretty awful against Switzerland, scraped away a 1-1 draw, weren't very good in the first half against Scotland, scored a very good goal when Neville drove down the right and Shearer headed in, but the penalties given away. McAllister scored 1-1. Scotland might have won that match. As it was, England go down the other end 2-0. We had the celebrations with Gascoigne and Sheringham reveling in what had gone on in China and making a joke of the whole thing. And suddenly things were different. England went into that final game against Holland knowing they were in a great position to go through.
England now had real momentum and produced a stunning performance against the Netherlands before beating Spain on penalties to set up a semi-final against their great rivals Germany at an expectant Wembley.
I did feel like there was a change in the air. Everything felt a good spirit, and I think Three Lions captured that to a degree. It was a nicer way of being a football fan, and it was a kind of a crossover from maybe the fighting at the games and all that. It seemed like a different era was dawning a bit, I think, you know what I mean? And it was nice to be a part of all that, really, and it was a beautiful summer.
The mood had gone from, oh, blooming hell, England, to, come on, England. And you could sense it. And they had all this sort of, the Three Lions stuff going around and everyone's singing that song. Everything is coming in the right direction. But this is the last step. If we get over this one, we win. Particularly when you know it's the Czechs in the final. But it's Germany. And English football have been haunted by Germany ever since 1970. Whenever it mattered, we lost. So there was still a sense of foreboding. Could we do it?
England may have expected, but the song remained the same. England, once again, beaten on penalties. Despite the agony of defeat, the summer of 96 will go down as one of English football's greatest. The summer when football came home.